All right.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So
So
Mark
yeah,
is not
go ahead.
joining us today, and like only three of us. I mean, four technically. And as we were busy, so Vanessa done a lot of analysis. She's done a lot of charts, and we also had a meeting with our faculty. So like we explained what we've done, and they gave us some feedback.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you, Vanessa, want to show the charts and like tell, yeah, what we've done.
Can you guys see me? See my
Yes.
screen? Okay. Um, this is what I think you already know this part, like what our data looks like after putting it through BirdNet, and then just the way we organized it a little bit, like by time and longitude to get like location, elevation. And then habitant is whether or not that species that was detected is included in the list that Pranav gave us.
Mhm.
Um, and then this is just most of the beginning stuff is kind of what we did before, just understanding what species are in the different BirdNet confidence data sets, what we're seeing the most of. See what I actually want to show you. This is time over activity over time. So it just tells us what time of day the bird is most active. This kind of gives us some analysis on elevation, where birds are in terms of elevation. There are going to be more bird species at lower elevations, which is consistent with what Pranav was telling us. Um, and then this, I think I showed you guys this last time.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to show, and I did a little bit of song length analysis just to see, uh, I guess for further, when we're going to be cutting up the data and stuff, like physically cutting it up, how long the average Hume's leaf warbler song is. Kind of give us a little bit of a glimpse of that. Typically between like 3 and 5, not too
Mhm.
many that are super long. Um, this is kind of the more this is kind of what you guys were asking for last time. Uh, the threshold analysis. So it's just trying to determine what the best confidence level is. So the percentage of expected species and then unexpected species across different confidence thresholds. And then the percentage of species that was Hume's leaf warbler across the confidence threshold. So the Hume's warbler is the detections seem to remain relatively stable across the
Mhm.
thresholds, which I guess tells us that it's consistently being identified by BirdNet across the different, what is it, confidence levels. But as confidence increases, the proportion of expected species increases, and then the unexpected species detections decrease, which is a good sign. Um, and after showing this to Pranav, we kind of agreed that zero 0.8 would be a good confidence threshold because that's kind of where unexpected and Hume's overlap. So that's kind of what we were gonna use going forward. We just got the high elevation data from him, so we're still gonna run that through BirdNet at a 0.5 confidence, but at least now we have a number that the experts want us to use. I know that was kind of something that we wanted to determine um, right during our last meeting.
Sounds good. Can you say it a bit more in terms of why you think 0.8 is a good number? I mean, I don't understand why like this overlapping is a big issue.
Um, Honestly, it was more like we just talked to Pranav and he feels like that's a confident number.
I see.
Um, because I mean,
I,
we could theoretically do, you know, 0.5, but we're just going to get a lot of um, unexpected species in the data. And I don't think that's relevant to what Pranav is trying to do,
I see.
is my
I see.
understanding.
Yes,
Okay.
and he told us like it's better just to make more precise predictions than capture like false positive. So like he told us like
Yeah.
less false positive will be better. So that was his point. And since we see the intersection of Hume's Warbler and unexpected at point 0.8, so it looks like kind of a good trade-off in
I
terms
see.
of getting enough data, getting less false positive, and just try to see like what's going on around. It was the one question, and also we as a team we trying. So all this data it's got using the app. Like it can be used online or like downloaded app. And what we're trying to do, so like we also trying to run this BirdNet model in Python. So, and in
Mhm.
this case, we are theoretically we can get, let's say, three columns of like the highest score, like the second highest and the third highest. As you remember, like last time you told us, okay, it could be a great idea if we had if we see like all the probabilities of species. So in case the highest probability confidence level will be the unexpected species, but the second will be the species that is relevant to the area, so we can kind of switch in this
Mhm.
case. So, but we still need a little bit of time, and I
Mhm.
guess if we can do that next week, then we will do through the Python. If not, then we'll just stick to app BirdNet and to point 0.8 confidence level.
Okay, sounds good. So right now when I look at this figure, then so one thing I'm most worried about is that so this figure here, the orange curve is somehow like giving you a lower bound of the misclassifications, right? So for example, you know that when you set the confidence level to be 0.5, then for sure you have at least 25% of misclassifications, but there might be more because like not all the things in the blue one are correct. So I think like it might be useful to get an estimate of the true like total accuracy instead of a lower bound, or in this case, the accuracy is an upper bound of the accuracy. So I mean, there are several ways. One is just to go through the data and manually check, but that might be hard. The other way is to put some assumptions. So for example, one of the assumptions you can make is that every bird have the same or has the same probability of being misclassified. I mean, that's an unrealistic assumption, but if we make this
What do you
assumption,
mean?
then so I mean, if you look at a single data point, right? So this data point has some like if you assume that when this model classified this data point, and that's an independent event, and it has the same probability of getting you the right answer and the wrong answer. If you make this assumption on your data set, then I think somehow you can get an estimate of the total accuracy from this figure. I mean, I can work out the formula, but I mean, if we make this assumption, then we can really get an estimate of how much, like, what is the accuracy when you set different threshold.
I got it. So let's say, so do you like in this case, if we define like that there could be like the prediction will be
Yeah.
let's say wrong or right. So shall we set up any probability level? Like let's say if the confidence level is 0.9, so we believe that this prediction can be wrong like 10% and can be right like 9%.
Uh-huh.
Is it what you mean, or just like I just want to catch the main idea?
Yeah. So the ultimate goal is just to get an estimate. So for example, when the confidence level is 0.9, then like you have, for example, in this case might be 75% of probability of getting the right answer and 25% of that like probability of getting it wrong. Because right now it can be anything in between the orange one and the blue one, right? So.
I got it. So like this proportion comes out of the initial proportion, like ratio of expected and unexpected, right? So like 75-25, and then you just like for the rest of for the whole set of the predictions, you set up this level like 3/4 and 1/4. 1/4, no matter like which prediction can be wrong, even like if it shows it's right, and 3/4 can be right.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, exactly. So here, basically, when you do this figure, you're basically assuming that, I mean, whatever is an expected species is correct, right? So this is somehow what you assume here. I mean, I can think about this, and I can even work out a formula so that you can plug in and see how you can get a more realistic estimate. Yeah.
It will be awesome. I mean, if you can help us out with the formula, definitely. So like we just again
that would be super helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I'll think about this.
Okay. So and if we still have the chance to run this model on like in Python, so it will be like easier for us as well. I mean, with all these formulas and all this stuff, because right now we just got the predictions and we don't know like what is the accuracy, what is the precision, because like these metrics, they just like they're not available on the app we are using right now, but theoretically they are available if you run this model in Python. Like, you know, like just because I installed BirdNet to my library, I mean like BirdNet as a library, and I'm trying to see like how it's working. So maybe yes.
Okay, so you said when you run code in Python, then you can get more information.
It's supposed to get more information. So I'm still looking at the papers and trying to see like how to run like in the proper way so we can get more information. Yeah.
So you're trying to run the Python code on your own data set, is that correct?
No, we are running like, so we got the data set like like that, and we're running the Python code like for analysis, but we got the data set from the app, from the BirdNet app, and they also and you can also run the BirdNet as a Python library, and in this case you'll get the data set with more data we need, because the app is kind of restricted to some metrics, not the metrics, but some outcomes, like the confidence level, like overlap and all the stuff. And probably, Vanessa, you can talk about overlapping, because like last time Pranov told us about the birds, so like about the competition.
Yeah, like he mentioned a really good point, because we were talking about, I don't remember if you remember this on a few weeks ago, about in one sound sample or data, like if there are multiple birds in the data set or a data sample that are going to be chirping over each other. And Pranav made a really good point at our last meeting, saying that birds compete for soundscape. So it's actually not very common to have several birds singing at the same time. So more likely than not, we're not going to have to separate several birds. You know what I mean? I know we were like concerned about that, like if we are going to separate the data out, and how do we know if this is just one bird singing? More often than not, there are not going to be multiple birds trying to chirp over each other because they compete for soundscape. Like even if like there are insects in the area, like really loud, like cicadas, they don't even sing in those areas because it's like a thing with birds, which is pretty interesting. But that helps us because we're not going to have to filter out that different birds over each other.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess that's the news we have. so
Yeah,
far.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. I mean, the threshold analysis is definitely helpful, and I'm glad that you have some ideas of what confidence level you should use. And yeah, I mean, any other questions
Yeah,
for
the
me?
question is, last
Yeah,
time you told us you sent the email to your
yeah.
peers in Cornell, but you
No,
didn't get any.
I still haven't heard back.
Okay. I mean, just it is what it is. Anyway, yeah. So probably what will be very amazing if we can get some formula from you for the measuring the accuracy, because we don't know how
Yeah,
accurate. So
okay.
like yes, or you can give us hints or like the formula itself. So just any help is welcomed because you're an expert, so you know like more and better like about doing the research, especially in the computer science. Yeah, and we try to do our best to be ready for our next meeting.
Sounds good. Okay, and,
Oh,
and also, by the way, I thought you have several like weekly updates. I mean, somehow they didn't properly render in Teams. Like when Marco and I clicked on those files, they just, I mean, showed some error messages. So like we have reported that issue, but like the issues have not been solved yet.
Yeah, I was just
So
about to ask about that. I think, I
yeah,
don't know, and even when I click on them, it doesn't show anything. I almost wonder, do you guys have in your Teams the files tab at the top, or is it just the posts?
hold on. Wait. I don't think I see a file tab.
Here, actually, let me just share my screen. That might be easier.
Okay. Yeah.
You can see what I'm looking at. Because this is what I have, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you guys have this files tab up here?
Oh, let me see. Hold on. Yes.
Okay. Here, me and Andre, we just upload our weekly reports. I don't
Oh, I
expect you to
see.
like go in here if
I
you,
see.
but this might be
Okay.
easier than like trying to follow the posts that like I don't know how to pronounce their name, Ika. Um,
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
so this might
I
be
mean,
easier just to navigate to the files. I don't, because like even when I click on this, it shows like that error message. So
yes.
I don't,
Okay.
but
Okay.
we
Yeah.
are, yeah, we're submitting them here too. So this might be easier for you. And there's also meeting artifacts. I think, yeah, or different notes and things if you ever want to look through that. And then the publication stuff, this is the methods submissions that we've been submitting every week. But we only recently got your feedback for one of them, I think
week 3.
week 3. Yeah.
Oh,
So we
really?
didn't even
Okay.
know. Yeah, we just
Okay.
got it. We didn't even see it before. And then I think even then you guys mentioned that the links don't work. Don't work.
Okay.
Can you send it to email? Um,
Let's see.
looks really annoying.
Okay. I think try to. How about this? Hold on. Okay, I have created a feedback folder so that we're going to upload our feedback there.
Okay, perfect. That's
Oh,
great.
perfect.
I
Yeah,
love that.
sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
write
yeah,
to Icha here,
yeah.
so he knows, or he or she. I actually don't know. I've never met them, so I don't know. Okay, cool.
Okay, sounds good.
You don't have to watch me do this. I'll stop sharing. But yeah, I've been trying to like be like talk to Icha and get everything organized because it's been a little bit chaotic, I think, for
Uh-huh.
us and then for you guys. And then, our because I think even Charlie's also on here. We're all like trying to communicate with each other, and I'm trying to keep like files organized and make sure we're submitting things correctly. And then you guys haven't had access to these links. I don't know why the links don't work. I'm pretty sure like they just link to the files folder, but now you know that that exists. It's maybe easier for you and Marco just to go in there.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will let him know.
Okay, sounds good. So I mean, the earlier feedbacks were submitted via Google form, and I don't think I get a copy of them. So like, you probably won't see me uploading the old ones, but like the new ones, I can upload them into that like feedback
Right.
folder.
Yeah. Right, and I think the initial idea was that we would get those weekly, but we haven't been getting anything at all. And we just recently got like your feedback from weeks ago, and we don't even know if it's relevant now after all the discussion we've had and everything.
No. I mean.
Yeah, and we've only really been slightly updating that methods file because that's all we've been told to kind of do. But yeah, if you want to put any feedback in there, that would be really helpful. Then me and even just like shoot a post on the channel, like, hey, we added this file, we'll take a look at it. That's much easier, I think,
good.
for us.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. All right.
Cool.
Any other things we need to discuss?
Nope. I guess we'll start with that formula and then go from there, and then continue to look into bird net. Now we have all the data, which is great. We just got high elevation, so we're gonna finish. I guess doing a full analysis there.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, actually, one question. Sorry, I know this is like the end of the meeting. Pranav mentioned that. So you know how we have like the unexpected species versus expected species in our data. He told us to just take out the unexpected data points. Is that something that would be a good idea, like in terms of like building everything? Like he said, oh, just completely take them out, like those detections, or is that something that we need to keep for like the robustness of the data? I don't know. I mean, they're incorrect technically.
Yeah,
but
depending on what you would like to do with the data, with the labels. I mean, if you just want to perform some analysis based on the labels you have like made using the BirdNet app, then in that case, I think it is safe to remove those data because you know for sure that those are incorrect. So that will only give you a more like a data set with better quality. If you try to do some analysis of the model, so for example, if you would like to do some analysis in terms of how good you have done in classifying different birds, then removing those can be dangerous. But if you're just trying to take advantage of those labels, then I think you can safely remove them.
Okay.
So basically, I mean, like if you're doing the exploration analysis, so we just drop them. But if you want to train the model, like build the machine learning model, then we still keep them as a one of the classes, like as like not being a Hume's Warbler class, like other songs, other birds.
I mean, technically, like even if you would like to train a model or something, then it won't hurt if you just drop those data. It's just like when you try to report some numbers, when you try to report, for example, the classification accuracy, then I don't think you can
right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's just like a way to assess how well BirdNet's doing. Right. Basically, if we want like that kind of data. Okay.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Okay, sounds good. I'll provide the feedback to your new reports very soon, and if I worked out a formula, I'll also mention that in my feedback, maybe by the end of the day or at least by the end of the weekend.
Perfect.
And yeah, otherwise, I think we can, like, if you have any questions, you can ask them in Teams. And otherwise, I'll talk to you maybe in 2 weeks.
We hope so.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Thank you
sounds
so
good.
much.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Annan.
Yeah. No
Thank you.
problem. Yeah. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a
Take
good
care.
day.
Yeah.
Thanks, you too.